by the year 2035 we'll have around 12.9 million the deficiency in the health sector. This include physician, midwives, nursing, allied health professionals.
Yes, of course, we want to blame genetics, but there's a famous saying says, genetics loads the gun, but the environment pulls the trigger.
A hospital must be hospitable. The hospitality attributes, whether it's in terms of design, whether in terms of guest delivery, are most appealing to patients today.
Hello and welcome to Qatar 365 with me, Adil Halim. On this episode, we meet the country's top medical researcher looking to halt the region's rapid rise of diabetes cases. And we take a look at the latest push towards making Qatar the world's leading healthcare hub. But first, the Qatar Career Development Center recently kicked off the 5th edition of its My Career, My Future program. So I came to the Hamid Medical Corporation to find out how the program will give students real work experience across a wide range of sectors, including medicine, to help them make informed decisions about their future. These high school students are looking into the future. They're participating in a job shadowing experience to see if the career path they have in mind is actually one they want to spend the rest of their life pursuing.
والله أنا أبد أتمنى أن الطلاب يستمتعون ويخرجون بقرار ثابت لمستقبلهم وأيضاً لحياتهم المهنية من خلال رسم صورة واضحة لمستقبل أكاديمي ينتهي بمهنة أحلامهم.
The My Career, My Future program is run by the Qatar Career Development Center. For grade 11 students Sara Nama Al-Nama, it's a great way to figure out if a career in medicine is for her.
من هاي التجربة احنا نقدر نشوف هل هاي الشيء يناسبني، هل هاي التخصص أنا ممكن إني أدرسها في المستقبل، هل هو يناسب شخصيتي أو لا.
In terms of job security, experts believe healthcare is a safe choice as there is a global need for medical professionals.
We know that from WHA that declared that by the year 2035 we'll have around 12.9 million deficiency in the health sector. This include physician, midwives, nursing, allied health professionals.
While nursing was not one of the departments the students got to visit firsthand this year, Mariam Al-Mutawa is confident it will be next year.
Nursing facing a global market competing opportunity, and we are so precious. So if we talk about nursing and midwifery programs, so we are lucky that in Qatar we have programs started, but the demand is so high. And to enable us to build the capacity, so we have a great opportunity.
Through the 100+ job shadowing opportunities available in the My Career, My Future program, students get an immersive experience to see what it's like to work here, for example, at the Hamid Medical Corporation. They can walk the halls, speak to staff, and see firsthand if this is a potential career path they envision for themselves. And just as it's an opportunity for the students to try new things, the program itself has evolved over the years. Organizers moved away from daily field trips to different employers to a week-long placement at one specific job site of the student's choosing. Exploring further helps those who already know what they want to do in the future.
Probably saving lives, touching millions of hearts, and helping others.
So being given a chance to see what healthcare looks like from the inside is a great learning opportunity, with a touch of gratitude.
What a doctor does like during the day and how their jobs function and how us as a community must appreciate them.
It's been well documented that ethnic groups across the Middle East, North Africa, and South Asia have the highest risk factors when it comes to diabetes. But while type 2 diabetes used to be considered a life sentence because you couldn't get rid of it, it can be reversed through a change in lifestyle. To find out how, I met Dr. Riaz Malik, recently named the #1 medical researcher in Qatar. Dr. Malik, a recent study in the Lancet Medical Journal says by 2050, 1.3 billion people will be living with diabetes. What do you attribute this to?
A fundamental problem of type 2 diabetes in, I would say, over 70% of people is overweight. Eating the wrong things, not doing enough exercise, gaining weight, and as a consequence, it manifests with type 2 diabetes.
What, in your estimation, should be done to prevent?
Of course, we want to blame genetics, but there's a famous saying says, genetics loads the gun, but the environment pulls the trigger. And the environment is, we eat too much, we don't do enough exercise, and as a consequence, we're overweight. And so we now need to start at grassroots. Our children need to be educated to prevent them from being obese. In this part of the world, it's terrible. You know, I see kids who are 120 kilograms. What do you expect? You know, so that needs to start from basics, and actually in Qatar we're doing it. You know, there is a really excellent community programs to try to address this. So I always have this message that I give to patients, which is there are 4 evils in the world, in the food, right? And that is pasta, potatoes, rice and bread. They're all the good stuff, and they're all white, okay? And you know, it resonates with people, right? And that's one aspect that I always advise, that you eat less of them. I can't say to people, stop eating them, right? The second thing is restricted time eating. I mean, that you eat one good meal a day, doesn't matter what you eat actually, but you have a minimum of 14 to 18 hours between eating. That actually changes your metabolism, and it improves, we know it causes weight loss, but also improves diabetes outcomes.
You were recently named the #1 medical researcher in Qatar. You published 450 papers. What are some of the findings you're most proud of?
Alhamdulillah, first of all, has to be corneal confocal microscopy. And that's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? So what is corneal confocal microscopy? It's a scan of your eye. So we actually looked at people with multiple sclerosis, dementia, schizophrenia, Parkinson's disease, and we actually have better data to show that we can scan the eye and it predicts, helps us to identify neurodegenerative change in people with dementia, for example.
So just so I understand, so a simple scan can be predictive as far as potential early onset Parkinson's, diabetes, dementia, like all of these diseases.
Artificial intelligence is awesome. AI's come along, and instead of looking at maybe 2 or 3 things in that scan, it looks like 2,400 different aspects of it, and is able to say to me with almost 90% certainty that this is a scan from a patient with Parkinson's disease, this is a scan from a patient who's going to get dementia or multiple sclerosis. So that's the new world, you know, that we're looking at, and that's where, honestly, I say we need to harness AI. We don't need to fear it.
Molding future doctors and caregivers and being at the forefront of medical research aren't the only pillars of growth for Qatar's healthcare industry. Investments in state-of-the-art medical facilities and revolutionizing patient treatments are also part of the country's push to tap into a market that's projected to hit $12 billion by 2024. So it's no wonder one of Qatar's newest healthcare institutions, Amman Hospital, is bringing together medical expertise with a personalized service. Laila Humaira takes a look at the science behind hospitality in healthcare.
Quality medical care, state-of-the-art technology, and internationally recognized doctors. Excellency is at the very core of Amman Hospital's values. Along with medical expertise, the team has a wealth of experience in hospitality and luxury management, making sure each patient is taken care of every step of the way.
Traditional hospitals can be a cold and somber place, but that's a reputation the Amman Hospital wants to change. From the color scheme to personalized care, great attention to detail is made to a patient's journey. And part of that is the holistic experience to help reduce the stress and anxiety of illness.
In order to enhance patient satisfaction, comfort, and overall experience, you have to be hospitable. We focus on the sensorial experience of the patient in terms of their smell, their sight, and what they can hear. And all of this has been proven through studies that it improves the patient experience in a hospital.
Studies also show that intentional post-surgery support can boost a patient's recovery. That's why it's such an essential part of Amman Hospital's healthcare strategy.
We believe that quality nutrition is an integral part of the recovery process of the patient. Hence, as part of our team here, we have an executive chef and a team in his kitchen who are solely responsible to deliver quality, nutritious meals to both the patient from a recovery perspective and to their families.
The hospital has also invested heavily on acquiring the most high-tech medical equipment available in the market across various fields of treatment.
Technology innovation is a fundamental pillar that this hospital is built on. In the radiology department, we made sure we had the latest technology in CT, MRI, and the ultrasound machines, and this enables us not only in regular radiologic procedures, but specifically for advanced cardiac imaging and cardiac CT.
When it comes to research, Aman Hospital has access to an international database. According to Dr. Safadi, they are the first healthcare institution outside the UK to be included in the Imperial College Private Healthcare Network, which is a renowned affiliation allowing members to share knowledge and expertise to boost patient care and operations.
It's linked to a largest network of teaching hospitals in the UK. Imperial College Healthcare NHS Trust has 5 hospitals across northwest London. So our consultants have the privilege to first-hand visit the hospitals and participate as observers in their multidisciplinary discussions.
Despite being one of Qatar's newest hospitals, expansion plans are already underway. Next year, Aman Hospital is set to open a clinic in downtown Musharraf, in the heart of the capital Doha.
We hope you enjoyed this episode where we met young, bright-eyed Qatari students hoping to make their mark in the field of medicine and took a deep dive into diabetes with the top medical researcher in the country. But that's all the time we have for now. For more, check out Euronews.com and connect with us through our hashtag. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Qatar 365.